Hey, Colby,
Yeah, Barry?
do you hear that?
Hear what?
The thunder. And right after that, lightning.
Oh, I do like a rainstorm.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Theme music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the last movie of Bounty Hunter Month.
Bounty Hunter Month. I'm not sure why that's the theme to Bounty Hunter right there. Bounty Hunter should be like, boom, Bounty Hunter.
Or how this movie would like to call him is a collection expert.
Yes.
But I mean, it's pretty much it's just another way of saying bounty hunter, right?
Right. He's doing it for money. He's hunting somebody down.
Well, I think he's doing it to get out of like a debt, right? That's what it seems like.
But he's also doing it for the money to start his
Business, right? To get the capital for his business.
Yep.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about 2003's The Rundown, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Sean William Scott, Rosario Dawson, and Christopher Walken.
I somehow knew you were going to say his name like he would say his name.
You know, Christopher Walken is like, he's just one of those actors that just reign. You know, he's like Owen Wilson before Owen Wilson.
Right.
Because he plays the same character, but he somehow fits every character he's ever played.
Yeah. Actor, but you're just going to get lost in the crowd. You should do something that like makes you stand out. And they decided they were going to do this voice, like this pausey kind of voice talk. And like I said, I can't remember which one of the two of them it was.
Yeah.
But
I mean, either one could work.
Right, exactly. But yeah, like, because now both of them are known for that type of speech pattern,
the cadence.
Totally, it's what people imitate and stuff. You know, like Arnold, like he was giant, so
yeah. I mean, one of my favorite like Christopher Walken like performances is actually from Joe Dirt. And he's like the janitor, and he's all like, "Well, you talking to me all wrong." He's like, "Try this on for size. Does your mother cook?" All right, you got to give it to me. That first half, very Christopher Walken.
it was very yes.
You know, if I watch him enough, I can get it out. No, but today we're talking about 2003's The Rundown. This is probably one of the first rock-led movies.
This was his first starring role
after his cameo of Scorpion King, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then one of the great things in here is a lot of people it's pretty easy to miss just because of how quick it goes by. Though, is that this is kind of weirdly a strange way of Arnold Schwarzenegger passing on the action star, the old school action star torch.
Yeah.
Because I did not remember him being at the beginning of this movie.
I also did not remember that.
And then the first 4 minutes of this movie, The Rock is walking to a club, and for some reason Arnold Schwarzenegger is in there, and he tells The Rock to have fun.
Yep.
And 20 years later, The Rock is still having fun.
Right. He is the big muscle-bound action star that Arnold was the 20 years prior.
Yeah, and you know what though? The Rock. Oh man, dude's got range.
Yeah, he really does. At this point, who knew? Like, he was like, oh, he was the Scorpion King, and then they kind of messed up that movie with the weird CGI scorpion face, and then now he's just like a bounty hunter. Let's see if he can make it other than just action star. But yeah, he has very impressive range.
Because I mean, like, you know, it's funny because usually people like The Rock, action stars, especially like the old school kind. They don't do the kid movies until later on in their career, right?
Right. They're like, I don't really want to jump from a window anymore. Let's do some kids movies.
Yeah. But The Rock, he does this. He does the when he gets the Scorpion King movie to himself, and then he goes on to do movies like Game Plan and the Tooth Fairy. He's wearing a tutu.
Yep.
And and then he has great comedic timing with all these other like comedian actors with Kevin Hart. I know he's done more.
Right. But like he can play the straight guy. He can play the comedy sidekick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's also done like a couple of dramatic roles, like with Mark Wahlberg, where they're Pain and Gain.
Yep.
And so The Rock is definitely a special type of actor, right? Because it was gonna be so easy for you to pigeonhole him into like a side character.
Yeah.
Like when what we had in Doom, where he was the side character and then the main antagonist at the end. He was kind of that bronze over brains type of dude. So yeah, it's really great to see him progress as much as he has.
Right, but even being like this being his like really his second big movie, already shows some serious like potential for
because he doesn't phone it in.
No, not at all. I mean, you're going against
Christopher Walken.
No, well, yeah, Christopher Walken, who's like all-time classic. Right. Sean Williams, who is at his peak. Like this is like pinnacle peak. Right. Sean Williams. He kind of deteriorated pretty quickly after this, but.
Well, I think Sean Willian Scott has been able to go into more indie films lately, and has been able to really hone in his dramatic chops.
Okay.
He has that movie, The Goon and Goon 2, where he's an enforcer on a hockey team.
Right.
And he has a couple of like family drama movies that are actually pretty decent. But I think Sean William Scott fell into that pigeonhole where a lot of studios wanted him to be the Stifler character.
Right, the dude, where's my car?
Yeah, where cute but dumb.
Yes. Yep.
But I mean, Sean William Scott has shown time and time that he's been able to do action. He's done The Rundown.
Right.
He did Bulletproof Monk.
Yep.
He did another movie where he also starred in with The Rock called Southbound. Or so, it was like this dystopian movie where it's like him, The Rock, Sarah Michelle Gellar. It was a movie with a B star cast.
Interesting.
Because at that time, Sarah Michelle Gellar has already winded down. She's kind of done her Buffy the Vampire fame.
Right.
I think not Selma Hayek. I forgot her name, but she's the girl who kissed Sarah Michelle Gellar in Cruel Intentions. She was on She was in the Hellboy movies.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in that. I think Freddie Prinze Jr. was in it, and it was like this dystopian, all-star cat, or
the recycled cast.
That's such a but I still love Sean William Scott. I think if people gave him more of a chance and stopped pigeonholing, I mean, he's at this point he's like 45-ish.
Yeah,
around there. So hopefully we'll be able to get to see him do a comeback.
Right.
We'll
do Rundown 2.
Right, but will the Rundown 2 have will The Rock be cooking in this 10 to 15 table restaurant?
Oh, right. He's trying to do a franchise, right. And
will Sean William Scott become the Indiana Jones of this universe? Well, we got to find out. Will Rosario Dawson return?
You know what? I gotta say, I saw this in the movie theater.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I did not, till I rewatched it today, I did not remember Rosario Dawson. I remember there was a girl, but I just didn't remember it was her.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I just saw some pictures of like the filming of Clerks 3, and she's going to be in that.
Yeah.
Holy crap! In 20 years between this movie and that movie, she looks
great.
No different.
Yeah. I think the one of the first movies I actually ever remember Rosario Dawson in is the that indie film Kids. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, forever ago.
Super depressing movie. Like, it is just it's so raw, and that's why it's so depressing.
Right.
Oh man, but let's talk about this movie. Right, we're gonna go ahead and give you the trailer, which I again forgot to write out beforehand.
Ooh, I would like it more when you don't write it out. We get Barry ad-libbing.
Our aspiring chef who has lived a life of the downtrodden is forced into a life of collecting for the mafia. Is there mafias in LA? I don't know. Gangsters, the cartel, whichever you'd like. To clear out his one final mission to get off scot-free to start his 10 to 15 seated table restaurant, he has to travel to the Amazon to retrieve the son from the third marriage. But before he could leave, there's something in his conscience weighing him down to free this Amazon town. Will he be able to bring back Sean Willian Scott safely? Will he get the girl Rosario Dawson that did Ray Allen and He Got Game? Find out in 2003's The Rundown. So many things that people might not understand. Yeah. All right, let's really run this. Let's run this down, right?
Oh, I see where you went there.
We start off with one of the actors. We start off with The Rock hanging out, listening to AM radio for some reason. Oh, I guess because before then there wasn't really podcasts and stuff.
Oh, right. Yes.
But he is really just honing up his chef skills by listening to this AM radio, and we don't know what he's doing, but he's outside a club until somebody calls him over.
Right.
We find out that this person is sneaking him into a private party where he has to actually go collect from somebody that owes somebody.
Yep.
We get a quick recap of everybody that's there, and it is a whole defensive line and the quarterback.
Right. And the quarterback is the one who owes the money.
Yeah, the quarterback is the one who owns the money. He is a past Super Bowl winner.
Right.
And
he's got a gambling problem, and he owes $50 large to the bookie. Which,
like, I feel like he could pay super easy, right?
Right, but I think it's one of those things where it's just he's like, oh man, I got robbed. I'm not paying that.
Right. But no, we get a quick recap of what The Rock's skills are, and we get a very 2000s recap of everybody who's there with the profile showing up.
I love it when they do that in a movie.
But it's very fitting because the way that they do it, it's how you feel like ESPN would have done it.
Yes, right. Because almost like digital, like it's like game stats.
Yeah, and it's very funny because The Rock comes up to the target and he's like, "Hey, man, way nicer than what I feel like a collection person, an expert collector,
right,
would be like." He's very polite. He's like, "Hey, man, I need to talk to you." And,
can we step away from the table?
And obviously the quarterback is like pushing him off, like, just okay, bro. He's what's your name? You want an autograph?
Yeah, you're a big guy. You don't need any help. Just go to the tryouts. You probably make it.
Yeah. But at some point, The Rock gets disrespected. He gets a drink in his face because he tells everybody at the table that this quarterback has a gambling problem. And so he goes into the bathroom, washes everything off, and tries to call his boss. He's like, listen, man, like, can we just do this another time? The whole defensive line is here. And you think he's scared, but he's like, I think they have a real shot at a repeat.
At a title, yeah.
And I don't want to hurt them. And this just goes to show you that just because a dude's big and jacked doesn't mean he knows how to fight. So The Rock comes over there and he gives him what I believe is probably one of his his little catchphrases.
Right. Oh yeah, because he says it a couple times in here.
Right. And he tells him, "Hey man, listen, man, we got two options. You can give me the ring, and I'll walk out of here, or I can take the ring." And the quarterback, obviously very cocky, I don't know if quarterbacks are all cocky, but this one is obviously cocky.
I guess you're extra cocky when you've got your whole defensive line with you, and like it's just one collector. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
he can't take even one of these guys, but I've got 6 of them, so I feel pretty safe sitting behind this table.
Yeah, but as The Rock goes to work, I would have left a lot sooner. Because The Rock takes down expertly the whole defensive line.
Right.
Or at least the superstars.
Plus the 2 big security guards from the club.
Yeah. Easily. And The Rock has possibly ruined this quarterback's career as he throws a turntable to his lower back.
Right.
Spinal injury.
Yeah.
Listen, if you owe money, but if you're good for it, just give it up. Just pay.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you dodging? Just pay.
Yep.
Because these criminals ain't messing around. But The Rock goes back to his boss. But before he can go back to his boss, he gets hit by a beanbag shotgun, who is presumably another bounty hunter.
Right. Who
comes to collect the bounty after The Rock has done the hard work. And
Martin.
Martin. And then The Rock is unable to cash in this mark.
Yeah.
Right, but The Rock we see that he's working for somebody and he's trying to dig his way out of his collecting life, because as you see at the beginning of the movie, he is just writing down recipes in this little recipe book.
Yeah. And
he just wants to open up a restaurant. This guy is like, listen, man, if you're under capital or if you're under invested, you're gonna fail. So
right,
you need to do this work.
Yeah, it's basically it's you're gonna fail as a restaurateur. So keep bounty hunting for me.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not gonna give you enough money until you do like the big one, right?
Right.
And we find out that the big one is actually catching his son from the third marriage, who's in the Amazon, and if he collects him, he's gonna get $250K, which will buy him out of the life. And then give him money to start his business.
Yep.
So The Rock goes to the Amazon, and we find out, obviously the Amazon, if you're not from there, I'm not from there, but I just know it's very, there's a lot of shaky things happening, right? Like you can disappear, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot of under the table. And he apparently knows a little bit about that because he gets there, and the first thing he wants to do is see Christopher Walken, who's the
head honcho.
Yeah.
Right. But then, The Rock comes prepared. He comes with money to be able to work in his area.
Right. That's what he said. He's like, when I go to a friend's house, I don't stick my hand in his fridge without permission.
Right. And that's how The Rock never had, like, family, Because at some point, friends become family, and then your fridge is their fridge is your fridge.
Right. But the first time somebody comes
permission.
over and just walks over and opens your fridge, you're like, what the hell is that guy doing? But once he's a regular, once he's calling your mom, then you don't expect him to ask for a drink.
And so everything seems amicable, and The Rock goes to the bar where we catch Sean Willian Scott, who is flirting with the bartender, who's been kind of using this bartender for favors, right?
Right.
First it's the scooter, then it's the car, now he wants a boat, and he's actually treasure hunting.
Yes, he's looking for
the gato. Yeah. And early on you feel like, oh man, you it's like he's kind of goofy, so he's just messing around, right?
Right.
But no, Sean William Scott has actually put in the work because he's so sure that this is where this whole thing is at, right? And so The Rock is trying to get him, and at the moment he ties him up, they're going to go to the airstrip to get him back home.
Yeah.
But Christopher Walken has different ideas, right? He's taking the $10,000 as a gratuity.
Right, yeah, like a travel tax.
Right. He's like, it's tax deductible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right, yeah.
But apparently, I guess Sean William Scott has actually been working for Hatcher.
Yes.
I believe. And so The Rock being who he is able to fight his way out of that whole situation and trying to drive Sean William Scott to the airstrip. But Sean William Scott can't go without the gato.
Right. Because it's a priceless solid gold cat that was by
a jaguar. It's a jaguar.
Oh yes, but there was like the Incans or whatever, that native people of the.
It's from ancient.
Yeah,
it's an ancient civilization's artifact, right?
Right. So you think Indiana Jones, and this is like the little golden head that he gets from the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, exactly, and it's worth quite a lot because. So at the end of the movie, his cut was going to be $15.6 million.
Yeah.
So that is not a small amount, and that's just the cut. I want to know how much the full thing is, right?
Right.
But before they can get to the airstrip, Sean William Scott derails him, and we have a Simpsons-like fall from a cliff.
I loved this. Like, this is like really almost my favorite part of the movie, because they go off the cliff and it is a really, really high cliff.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they didn't do their own stunt work, but they have stunt people that they show tumble like the entire way down.
Yeah.
And not like the Rolos commercial where the guy's rolling and he's like, oh, when I'm rolling, it reminds me I want to eat a Rolo. No, he's got head bouncing off of trees and like
catching a whole bunch of branches on the way down.
Yeah.
It's like when Homer tried to skateboard through the gorge in The Simpsons.
Yes. Exactly like that.
Like, realistically, that movie should have been done right there. They both should have been dead. Someone's head would have snapped, or his neck would have snapped. No, but they make it down, and The Rock is still determined to get Sean William Scott to the strip. Christopher Walken has deployed his men to look for Sean William Scott because he knows that he's looking for the gato, or he knows the location of the gato.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and that's what worries him, is because he has basically almost indentured servants working this diamond mine or gold mine, working for 65 cents an hour.
Right. If that.
And then having to rent their tools for like a dollar a day.
Yeah. It all adds up.
Yeah, so he's worried that if they find the gato and it's $100 million and he just takes his $15 million cut and the rest of it goes to the people of the country, they certainly will not be wanting to work in a mine to make ends meet because they will have money.
Right. But before they could actually escape, they get caught up in one of the rebels' traps.
Yes.
Hanging upside down, and we find out that it's Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yes.
Of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 fame.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Also one of the biggest stunt families in Hollywood during the time.
Right. Oh yeah. No, I immediately recognized him. Yeah. I was like, oh. Even now I recognize him.
Oh yeah, he still looks good now. Like, he still has the six-pack. Six-pack will never go away for Ernie Reyes Jr., who I think recently got a kidney transplant. I don't know if it's recent, but I wanted to look him up now, so hopefully he's all good, right?
Right.
But we get probably one of the funniest fight scenes, because Ernie Reyes Jr. is like 5'5", standing next to The Rock, who's like 6'4". The dude is a mountain, right?
Yeah. Even
at the early stages of his film career, he's still a pretty big dude. And we get almost a video game like fight scene where he's like jumping around. Sean William Scott is commenting that it's like gymnastics jutsu. He's swinging on ropes, punching him. And he almost really just dominates The Rock until The Rock decides to fight back.
Yeah.
Because The Rock at this point, he didn't want to fight anybody he didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because The Rock almost feels like he's a pacifist and he's only violent when he needs to be.
Right. And they make insinuendos that he must have had a very violent youth, because he's like, oh, I don't ever use guns, I don't touch them, because if I pick up a gun, it takes me to a bad place. And then, like I said, like he's wearing a suit jacket. He's always trying to do everything the most peaceful way possible.
Yeah,
like violence is the last course.
Yeah. So, The Rock, but you could only push him to a certain point, right? But then The Rock ends up dominating Ernie Reyes Jr., almost being able to stab him or just come to a point where Ernie should concede the fight, right?
Yeah.
And then gunshots run through the rainforest, and we find out that Rosario Dawson is actually one of the rebels' leaders.
Dun dun dun. Plot twist.
And so they end up, everyone's getting stitched up from the fight. Ernie Reyes Jr. as The Rock. Who'd win in the fight? Muhammad Ali versus Tyson. And, The Rock says some valid points. Muhammad Ali's too smart. He's patient.
Right.
And he would not dominate, but beat Mike Tyson, who is much like a fighter like Evander Holyfield, right?
Yeah.
And, everything seems okay until Christopher Walken and his cartel, or whatever you want to call them, come gunning through this small base of rebels.
Yeah.
And end up slaying Ernie Reyes Jr. Such a shame. But no, the three of them set out to look for the Gato, which they find after Rosario Dawson tells The Rock to not pee.
Right, because she's kind of like, originally she's like, we don't really need, if we find the cat, it's awesome, but then once the rebels get kind of slaughtered, she's like, no, now it's our mission. We have to get this so we can save our people.
Yeah, because, Christopher Walken's group of diamond miners or gold miners are just constantly oppressing the people that they live in, right? So they find it, Rosario, and then, and the thing about it is, right, Sean Willian Scott, when he grabs a hold of the Golden Jaguar, this is where sort of more of his character development really comes into play, because he's a Stanford dropout.
Yes.
Right? And he says, I found you, not some archaeologist from Harvard or researcher from Stanford. It's me.
Yep.
So you learn that he has, for some reason, he has a chip on his shoulder. But they find it, and there's kind of celebrating by this campfire. Rosario Dawson finds some rare fruit for them.
Right. That we're going to celebrate with.
Right? But then they start to hallucinate and become paralyzed. Rosario Dawson tells Sean Willian Scott that money changes, but I will keep my promise to give you a cut.
Right.
Tells The Rock, if you go north this way, you'll be able to get to the airstrip and you'll be fine. And she just walks off into the night.
Right. Yeah.
We wake up in the next morning. The monkeys have returned.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't mention monkeys before.
Oh, yeah. We didn't mention, when they first got caught in the Rebels trap, the monkeys were harassing them.
Yes.
And humping The Rock. At this point, they're paralyzed. And for me, if I was Sean William Scott, I'd be like, oh, no, one of these monkeys is going to put his penis in my mouth. But The Rock is able to fight through the paralysis and scare the monkeys away. They make their way to the airstrip where the Irishman pilot is like, let's go. But tells The Rock, oh, Rosario Dawson got caught, and they have the Gato.
Yep.
But The Rock is conflicted because a deal's a deal.
Right.
He's a man of his word.
Yep, 100%. And
so he goes into this town with Sean William Scott after some convincing that he would need his help.
Yeah.
And they end up taking down this whole gold mining cartel, right?
Along with
bulls.
40 wild cattle.
And the Irishman playing the bagpipes. I'm really glad that he doesn't forget his culture. But Sean William Scott gets caught in a bus, and his bus is about to explode while The Rock has 2 shotguns, and he goes into that mode.
Right. Yeah, and the first half of this fight, he is guns free.
Guns free.
But then it gets to the point where it just like he's gotta switch on the Super Saiyan.
Right.
And then he picks up 2 double-handed shotguns, and he's like
twirling them around like batons.
Yep.
And
that's pretty impressive, actually.
Right. And for me, I was like, oh, this is kind of a callback to Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2 on how slick he was with a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I thought about that, too, especially since Arnold makes the cameo at the beginning.
Oh, man. And so he, before this whole scourge or siege, The Rock gives Christopher Walken an option. Option A, you could walk out with your whole team out of this town and leave them alone.
Right.
Or option B, I'll make you.
Yes.
And so, everyone gets killed, pretty much. Sean Willian Scott makes away with the Gato.
Yep.
And now we're at a standoff with Christopher Walken and The Rock.
Yeah.
For some reason, The Rock kind of hesitates until Christopher Walken gets shot by Rosario Dawson. Then the people of the town start crowding around Christopher Walken, and he's like, on a very racist rant. And then before he shoots again, he gets shot 2 more times, and then Christopher Walken tells The Rock, I'll take option A, and dies trying to leave the city.
Right, he like kind of walks to the edge of the town and then falls down dead.
And everyone kind of seems... It ends in a good note, right? But Rosario Dawson and The Rock are saying that they weren't able to
fulfill each other's deal
until Sean William Scott is like, "Are you guys talking about me?" And so Sean William Scott hands over the Gato to Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson says, "I'll make sure you get your cut." This is where we learned that the cut would be $15.6 million.
Yep. And
The Rock gets to take Sean William Scott home. And everything goes right. But as they get to LA, The Rock walks Sean William Scott into the house, fulfills his deal,
right, gets his money,
right, and then proceeds to poison the mafia people.
Yeah, the bookie, and was like, "Hey, we'll celebrate with this rare exotic fruit from the Amazon,
and it starts with a K.
You guys should try it."
And they all knock down. Sean William Scott is like, thanks for there. But then The Rock pushes him. And Sean was like, dude, look, listen, I appreciate everything you've done for me, but you got to stop pushing me. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to rock you. He's like, and he starts shaking his hand. He's like, how about your buddy, Thunder, and his best friend, Lightning? And then proceeds to just go back into the truck.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I'm really sad. Then that's pretty much the end of the movie. But I'm really sad that we didn't get to see like a little bit of like back in the day, they would like put the credits to the side and show like a little bit of clips of the life afterwards. I was really hoping to see The Rock working in his kitchen in his little restaurant.
That would have been very cool. Yeah.
Right. Sean William Scott doing his treasure hunting.
Right. Yeah.
Because the second one, check it out. Right. Sean William Scott is in the Philippines trying to find the gold that the Japanese had stashed away during World War II. That's actual, because you can actually treasure hunt in the Philippines. You got to get a permit for it. But I feel like if you find it, the president right now would be like, nah, that's ours. But yeah, that would be a great sequel.
And it turns out that The Rock's restaurant is there.
Oh, in the Philippines? Either that or The Rock's restaurant, unfortunately, is failing, and to make up for being in the red, he goes on a treasure hunting quest with Sean William Scott.
Yes,
it would be so good. All right, Kobe. Before we get into what the things that we liked about this movie, let's go to our Amazon reviews. We got a 5-star and a 3-star. What are you trying to look for? What are you trying to say?
I'll go 3-star. I usually take the good ones,
right.
So I'll go bad this time.
All right. Let's go for the 5-star by Tiger Ed 73. 5 stars, no breaks, hands down. One of, if not the best The Rock movie there is. The movie has win. All right, I'm gonna change this, guys. All right, this movie is well written all over it. No, this movie has win written all over it. This movie has everything, literally. This movie has action, lots of that. It has comedy and adventure too. I love the archaeology adventure in it for the Golden Cat Gato. It has beautiful scenery of forests, waterfalls, etc. It has a great cast, including The Rock, Sean William Scott, and Christopher Walken. Oh, he forgot Rosario Dawson and her cute little Brazilian accent. It has music also that fits the upbeat flow of the movie. I personally think that this is one of the best movies of all time. IMO, in my opinion, I highly recommend it.
Excellent.
No, we'll do this one. Yeah.
Okay, so then we got Sue giving us 3 stars. Good if you are 12 to 16-year-old boy. The trailer showed all the high points. I was hoping this would be a better action movie than it was. Dwayne Johnson and Gene deserve better venue than this. Most of it is boring and violent. Those two things are like the opposite. The only good fight scene was the little guy with the gorgeous body doing all these incredible gymnastics. I think Dwayne Johnson is a good actor, and he seems to be decent human being. His 2 disaster movies pretty good. Hope he gets better scripts. Teenage boys and immature men might like this. Oh, that's me. But I was sorry I bought it. I should have rented. I do not think I will watch it again. I fast-forwarded through some of the fight scenes, although I did watch it to the end.
Sue, you sound like you don't like to have fun.
Right. Apparently you don't like action movies. I don't know what you thought this was going to be.
This movie is action. This whole movie is a solid movie, right?
Very.
Right, you have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character wanting to get out of this lifestyle that he had gotten into because he grew up poor.
Right,
he grew up in maybe in a violent environment. You know, being from LA, possibly he was in gangs.
Could be.
That's why he doesn't want guns.
Yep.
He's trying to erase that past and trying to make a better life for himself where he can go to sleep quietly.
Right, exactly.
Right, we have Sean William Scott, who I forgot to say was one of his character development points is that he didn't want to sell the gato. He wanted to put it in a museum. Right,
and that was part of the kind of the argument between him and Rosario Dawson was she was like, "Oh, money changes people. Now that sure you wanted to put it in a museum, but now that it's in your hands and you know it's worth $1 bajillion, right. Are you really going to do that, or is that money going to go to you?"
Right. So we don't know, but from his actions, him coming back at the end of the movie,
right,
it seems like he wants to be this world-renowned.
Right. Yeah. He was like, at the end, he's kind of like, "I want my cut. Oh, and make sure they spell my name right."
Right. Right, because obviously, I'm guessing that there's going to be this whole reward when they turn it into the Brazilian government.
Right.
I don't know how that system works, but he wants his name to be on the plaque of who found it.
Yeah.
Right, and so we see Rosario Dawson's character, who is who's working at the bar, but also working with the rebels to topple this regime.
Right.
Yeah. With Christopher Walken, always solid in a movie. I've never seen him slack.
Yep.
Even in that one music video where he was dancing all over the bank.
His number 2 guy is the weird lackey bad guy from so many movies, but also Napoleon Dynamite's creepy uncle.
Oh, was that him? It's hard because he doesn't have the bandana and the glasses.
He was also the genius graduate who lived in the walls of the college in Real Genius with Val Kilmer.
Oh, I did not watch that movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's this Val Kilmer documentary, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. It's not him. It's like it's not an autobiography documentary. It's like
a mockumentary.
No, it's like actually people wanted to talk to him and like interview, see what's going on with his life. Because right now he kind of looks like Mickey Rourke. Time has not been kind.
Yeah, he did that one Saturday Night Live, and he seemed very inebriated.
Right. I don't know what's going on with Val Kilmer. Maybe he's just jaded. Yeah. Well, but this movie is so much fun. I think there's like a lot of layers for a WWE produced movie.
Right. And it gave Rock a lot of range to not just be an action.
Yeah,
there's a lot of there's some comedy in this. There's like the friendship that he develops.
I guess you can call it that.
They do. By the end, they're like they're buddy cop kind of friendship.
Yeah, I think it's because The Rock plays so well with his co-stars, except for Vin Diesel. But I feel like that's Vin Diesel's fault.
I could see that.
Right,
because Vin Diesel likes to be the biggest bald guy on the scene, and
I mean they did 3 Fast and Furious movies, and then I guess he was upset that The Rock and Jason Statham got their own little spin-off.
Right, I'm sure he was probably also mad that he was in 12 Fast and the Furious movies, and then Rock was in 3, and then started making more money than him.
Oh, I mean, come on. Listen, Vin Diesel, I like him in his roles,
right?
But if besides the Fast and the Furious franchise, I mean, come on, let's be honest about that movie. That is just a high budgeted sci-fi movie, right? At this point, I heard in the most recent one they go to space. How do you go from racing for pink slips to driving in space?
Right, I mean, it's not. It's not Sharknado. Space isn't necessary.
But am I going to watch a movie starring Vin Diesel, or am I going to watch a movie starring The Rock?
Yes.
I'm watching The Rock movie.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant.
Because, Vin Diesel has tried to branch out. He's done a comic book movie.
Right.
With, Bloodshot. He's done a witch movie.
Yes, the Witch Hunter? Last Witch Hunter?
Yeah, something like that. And it's very mixed results, right?
Yeah.
But The Rock has consistently done stuff like Jumanji 1, 2.
Right.
Tower, where he's an amputee. Watch that at the gym.
Yes.
And I believe it's not really a remake, but then I feel the Koreans had made a movie similar.
Okay, right.
That. And then I don't know if it's like a remake of a Korean movie or whatever. He's done a good amount of Disney movies.
Yeah.
He did Journey to the Center of the Earth 1?
Yes. No.
Or no, Journey
2.
to Space Mountain.
No, he did a Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, because the first one was with Brandon Fraser.
Yes.
Second one was with The Rock. He did Space Mountain, and he's also done Jungle Cruise. I'm just waiting for him to show up in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and he's hit the holy quadruple Disney rides.
You're right. He was voice for Maui in
yeah,
Moana.
See, The Rock knows where the money's
he's done
at.
his animated,
right? Yeah, so the Rock definitely, and I feel like a lot of people that have worked with him always like him.
Right.
Yeah, he's also done a bunch of comedies. The most recent one I really can remember is the one with Kevin Hart, where he was a CIA agent.
Yeah.
But they superimpose his face on a fat Hawaiian dude, and he's dancing butt naked. And then he becomes this super buff CIA agent.
I love the best part was the tagline on the movie poster where it says, "You only need a little heart if you've got a big Johnson."
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe Vin Diesel's ego got hurt when he was on the Fast and Furious. There's this really funny edit of them on that movie where they didn't want to be in the same scene together, so they had to superimpose both of them. But the aspect ratio was totally off, so at certain points, Vin Diesel is way bigger than The Rock. And then from The Rock's perspective, Vin Diesel is way smaller than The Rock. It's so silly.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and Sean William Scott's performance in this, I feel really bad that I feel like he got pigeonholed in Hollywood.
Right.
I think that's why a lot of raunchy teen sex movies have kind of gone out of style. Right? Because one, like bigger sort of names don't want to do them.
That's true.
Right.
And you're also getting to the point, like the political correctness of the world, where you can't make like those super
raunchy,
rapey kind of jokes. Like, I don't mean it like that, but like, that like you can't have the good guy character come across rapey. Yeah. And there's just like so many boob jokes you can make before it's.
Well, I mean, we're at a time where there's like always a dick on the screen. Right? I was like, all right, listen, if dudes are showing the dick, just flash a little vagina. I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of people have felt the downfall of starring in those sexy rom-com, like raunchy comedies, because you don't really hear from the other cast of American Pie as much.
Right.
Yeah. At least for the men, like
exactly.
Yeah, Tara Reid obviously, did what she did. Allison Hannigan, who's lucky, or not lucky, but who kind of remade herself on How I Met Your Mother.
Right. And
Shannon Elizabeth, probably one of the most paused moments on VHS history. But yeah, it's very unfortunate for Sean William Scott. But Kobe, what are some of the key moments for you in this movie?
I'll have to say the one part that I thought was a little like I guess when I first saw it, I thought it was hilarious, but it was a little gratuitous, was the little monkey humping scene. Like,
no, Kobe, you don't understand. Monkeys are vicious.
But besides that, there was some amazing, like, the action scenes. Oh, yeah. Like especially him versus Whip Dude.
Oh yeah, those great use of slow mo.
Yeah.
Right. It's not. Oh god, who's that one director who just? Oh yeah, like Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder slow mo's everything.
Yes. And they didn't overdo that. They used it just right. It was like you got the slow mo of the whip after it's cracked, right before it like wraps around the gun to whip it out of his hand, stuff like that.
Or when The Rock jumped from one building and oh man, I'm pretty sure his shoulder is shot, but he goes through that pillar.
Oh, through the supporting beam.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man, yeah, definitely. You know what the funny thing about monkeys is, one of my friends is from Japan, and bathing apes, like Japanese baboons or whatever, are very notorious for being mischievous. Mm-hmm. Like if you live, like he said, like, oh yeah, one time one of my friends, their family had left their van door open for like a minute, and then a baboon ran into there, closed it, ate everything, pooped on everything, and then left. See, so. It's not very hard to believe a baboon humping The Rock.
Yeah.
Because like Sean William Scott said, it is a sign of dominance.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Right. But yeah, they make some little funny, like quirky things. Like I think you even mentioned it earlier, but they have the fish, the bacteria. Oh. Or the parasite. Yeah. They're like, oh, hey, be careful. Don't pee in the lake because there's a parasite. It'll swim up your pee hole into your urethra. And then he's like, what?
Yeah. He's like, no, not my pinto or pinta.
And he's like, oh, well, then what happens? They're like, oh, well, they have to amputate.
Right.
And he's like, oh, not today. And he puts his pants back on before he gets to the water.
I mean, I remember I looked that up after. I was like, oh my god. So what it does, right? This parasite swims up your urethra, and then it has these appendages that are like little razors that attach to your urethran wall and start to like lay eggs and stuff. And I don't know what the medical situation is in Brazil, but like in America, like they can kind of scrape it out, which is still not.
Yeah,
like one of my biggest fears like is to get a catheter after surgery, like pulling it out. That's because putting it in, I think you're asleep.
I would hope so.
Me too.
I've not had one, so
my biggest fear. That's why I drive safe. Because I heard, sometimes you get in a car accident, it's bad enough they have to put a catheter, and nope, I'm not pulling it out like Hot Tub Time Machine either. There's a lot of small moments in this movie that I really like. I just enjoy. The banter between Sean William Scott and The Rock is obviously the best part.
Right, yeah.
Ernie Reyes Jr. asking The Rock about who'd win in a fight is also like just...
right. Like smart. It's like smart comedy.
Yeah, because it's very subtle, and you don't really get these type of moments a lot in movies where it almost feels like a very organic situation where... like the director is just like, yeah, man, ask something, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And Ernie Reyes Jr. being in this movie is awesome. I love seeing him. Him and Dante Bosco were like really the only Filipino representation in Hollywood growing up. So
yeah. And they have like another great like little thing is Christopher Walken's trying to explain why he wants the gato back, and he's trying to explain it to like the Portuguese hitmen that he's hired, but they don't speak English, so it's trying to go through a translator, and they have no idea what like the tooth fairy is. Yeah. He's like, this is like I had a tooth, and I was a child, and I put it under my bed, and then somebody came in and stole the tooth. Now the tooth fairy's not going to give me $1. Translate that for them.
Yeah, and I feel Christopher Walken definitely gets free reign. Right?
Right. Yes, I could totally just see, like, they'd be like, hey, say something inspiring. And Christopher Walken's like, oh, let me tell the story about the Tooth Fairy. That was a horrible Christopher Walken. I apologize.
I'd be really sad if I had met Christopher Walken in real life and he just didn't speak like that.
Ouch. Right.
Like, he just spoke like a normal dude, and I'd be like, shattered dreams.
Okay, so I will say I met Bobcat Goldthwait in real life, and he does not talk like that. He doesn't scream. He talks like a normal person, and it was...
jarring.
It was. Like, I don't know, like, what I expected, if it was just, it's just standing in line to shake his hand... and kind of thing, and he was just like, hey, nice to meet you, thanks for coming to the show. And I was like expecting to be like, hey, thanks for coming to the show. That's also a horrible Bobcat. I apologize again. I should just not do impressions.
No. I think that's what a lot of people would love, is like just us doing really shitty impressions of people, right? Like,
we'll do sometime. We'll both pick an actor, and we'll do our entire podcast as that actor.
Man, that'd be hard.
Yeah,
to stay in character for a full hour.
It'll be a 15-minute episode.
All right, guys, we're coming up to our hour. Thank you guys for joining us. If this is the first time you guys are joining us, thank you for joining us. Hope you check out the rest of the episodes just to get a full scope of how we are. But if this is the first time you're joining us, we do our review in 4 sections. We have stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and man, the ultimate collection of The Rock movies.
Whoa, yeah. I don't know what you would do with with the rundown. I guess if you just were like the ultimate rock box.
Though this movie definitely came out in Blu-ray at the very early stages of Blu-ray.
This is definitely I would, like I said, I saw this in the theater. I've probably seen it 3 times over the years. I watched it again yesterday. This is I would own this. I would definitely I'd Blu-ray this.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's a solid action film. It's easy to watch. It's easy to just put in the background if you're one of those people that puts movies as white noise. But the Rock, everybody in here is solid. It doesn't really feel like anyone's phoning it in,
right?
Because it's really easy to do that, especially for a WWE produced movie.
Yeah.
But I believe this was by Columbia Pictures or one of those major studios, right?
Yeah.
And it's funded by WWE.
And it just it kind of just broke even. I believe it was $80 million to make, and then brought in $84 million or something.
Oh no, on the Wikipedia it says $65 million, and then it brought in 80.9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's tough to make a sequel if you're not doubling your money,
right? Because I remember this movie and Walking Tall is one of it's sort of the duo rock movies,
right?
And yeah, I enjoy this a little bit more than Walking Tall just because we have Sean William Scott.
I agreed.
Walking Tall has Johnny Knoxville, but he's okay. His character is just okay in that.
And wasn't there another one that he did that was like Walking Tall that came out similar time period?
I don't know, because there is a Walking Tall 2 with Kevin Sorbo.
That's right.
That's what you might be thinking about. It's just Walking Tall in another small town place. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We have on our show notes our Amazon affiliate links. Please, you guys are going to go shop on Amazon anyway, so might as well go ahead and help us out.
And then, of course, we've got a Facebook page. It's probably the easiest way to contact us. Go ahead and let us know what you think. Give us some likes and some shares. Make sure all your friends know that we exist, because everybody should be listening to us. Right. I mean, I don't want the two views of each podcast to be me and Barry. No, but definitely, if you have any suggestions of future themes or movies that we should see, stick them in there. Let us know, and hey, if you hate us, tell us that too.
And we will be starting our YouTube channel soon, where we're going to be doing video essays of topics we believe need to be talked about.
Heck yeah!
Right. So just you can get us in a visual format and an audio format. Visual is for at home. While you're cooking, throw us on on your smart TV YouTube, and hear us either try to fix movies or complain about movies.
Right. Yeah, definitely looking at us to get you all set up if it's a romantic evening as well.
Right, for you fellas, you could be with that guy, but no, I'm cooking you dinner. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's on her album, Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.